All right, it's Tuesday, April 8th. This is a midday update. It's both the SPY and the QQQs in the overall market. I discussed how I bought some puts here. I reversed to puts here as this red bar was coming back into the first bar range. You can see it's moved lower, and now we're coming to the close of yesterday, which was kind of once we kind of hit this little pivot, and then this pivot. This was kind of an overall potential target. Kind of to the midpoint of yesterday. We're here at midday. You can see the options. I bought those 447 puts at 12.94. They're asking 26.32, so they've over doubled already. And you know, all kinds of ways to take advantage of the context, which is still to the downside. I discussed at the end of last week, if I look at the weekly chart, how I was really looking for, and you know, the best opportunities, in my opinion, were going to be failure opportunities to the upside. Yesterday we had a bit of a, a little spike up, and then closed in the middle of a range. It was a 3-bar. Today we gapped up again, and the overall trend, started up a little bit. I actually bought some calls here. I described that. I scaled out. I took a small gain on this one once I reversed to the puts, and then, this was the failure move, at least in terms of, structure, intraday structure developing, and it's followed through nicely. And we will see now if we get through the halfway point of today, maybe by the end of the day we come all the way down there. If not, it seems like a 3, almost the SPY kind of made a 2-up failure, and then you can get a 2-down actionable signal to test those lows, as the week goes on. So we're going to find out if we come all the way back to those lows or not. It's still a very volatile kind of area down in here where a lot of buying did come in, so you don't know for sure. I mean, that spike, down kind of brought in buying, but I still think the trend is down, and there's the monthly chart we've discussed is down for 2 months now. So, at this point, any upside activity, you look for failures, for good opportunities. So this is our first example of that since last week, and it's moved, the QQQs and the SPY have both moved down nicely if you wanted to reverse and buy some puts, or if you didn't even buy calls in here because you were just waiting for it. This was the opportunity going kind of back into the first bar range near the midpoint to buy puts and expect that low of the day to be taken out and then see what happens. And obviously we've moved a lot lower, so until proven otherwise, we'll see if we can be heading down to kind of the lows of the week and continue this overall downtrend that's in play. But it could be volatile until it really wants to make a sustained move down. But there's enough within the volatility. There's plenty of room for really nice, short-term trading. So we will see where the SPY go. The QQQs and the SPY go today. Obviously, we kind of reach this little inflection point, which is the, when you see kind of a close of yesterday, when you've gapped up, that's always an initial target. Then you see what kind of develops from there.